Well, I always been divided on this because, like I said, I love the feel and the gameplay of Halo Infinite. I thought it had so much potential. But unfortunately, it seems that the engine has caused them a lot of issues. And I think one of the main issues is that it seems that not a lot of people know that engine, and not, well, some of the contracts they have from the people that actually have come to work to the studios, they're for a period of time, and it takes time for them to learn the engine and then to actually start working on it. um, Maybe it wasn't the greatest decision, and um, I kind of feel sad in a way because, like, I would love them to find a way to just continue this, because I, like I said, I think it had great potential. But my thoughts is that certain affinity is definitely working on this. I think it's kind of been more than rumor. It's even been kind of teased, and most likely it is an Unreal Engine. And I think if it's possible um, that they can move it and it's gonna be beneficial, that they're definitely gonna move it. And I think they should move it. At the end of the day, will they move the whole game? That's what we don't really know. My opinion is what they should try to do is, they should start working on moving all the assets and recreating the game, if that's the approach they want to go. And in the meanwhile, maybe they can have a small team continue to work on the split engine, and also work together with some of the Forge community to kind of keep it alive, even though it's not the most successful game right now. But there's people that still play it, and I think you kind of want to at least keep those people still invested. You don't want to completely lose those people that are still invested and they still play, from time to time. And then when you do have it ready, you just announce it. And real quick, this is just me because sometimes I have some nuts idea, but I would love that when they do that shift, maybe they can create like a small event where people jump in and something happens. Let's say a meteor crash, and then the game goes offline for 1 or 2 days, and everyone's wondering what's going on, and it just says huge update coming or something like that. And then when they have it ready, 2 or 3 days later, you boot it again. You have to basically reinstall it, and then it's the new version on Unreal Engine 5. I think that would be pretty cool.
So you wanted to pretty much do what Fortnite does when the season ends. Fortnite, does this 24-hour thing. That they after 24 hours the game starts in the new season. That's what you want Halo to do then.
Yeah, when they make that shift, they should do something like that. Be creative, and just kind of like, if that's the end of the engine, they should find a way to end it, and maybe they can promote, like, something is happening to the Halo Infinite, and that will maybe
Hmm.
get people kind of interested. People will start talking. Word of mouth will go out. Oh, something happened in Halo
I,
Infinite. This and and maybe it'll
I,
catch people interested. Because if you just
I,
switch it and you don't do anything, you know, even though if it works, it might take a longer time for people to actually notice.
Yeah,
hmm.
I think like the most annoying thing with this entire debacle of 343 is just like the deterioration of everything single player that they've just,
Yeah,
if you
facts.
even remember back to Halo 5, right? Where they took out couch co-op, like, oh, we can't do it. And then now with Infinite, they were supposed to bring couch co-op, they didn't do it. And now we hear that they weren't even working on any extra single player campaign DLC. It's annoying because obviously from a business perspective, working on single player content for Halo isn't profitable for them. It's like not where they're making all their money. They're making all their money on the online stuff, and that's where the focus goes. So and now we're probably not getting any single player Halo content for years. Like, I don't, it's going to be a long time,
Yeah.
especially if they're reorganizing and they're putting everything to Unreal. They're going to be focusing on the multiplayer first. So it's just kind of disappointing that from a management perspective, they were just okay with continuously just abandoning single player stuff for so long, to a point now it's going to be long before we get anything else. They should just go and try to get some Respawn employees to come over and work on the game. Because Respawn is just
Oh yeah, they're
incredible.
incredible. Yeah, the thing that
Oh,
for me it's like more stressful too is that you had a game there. Like if you look at this game at launch, like it had a great campaign and it had a great multiplayer. Like everything was
Yeah.
there. Like the perfect recipe was there, and it's like they lost all the ingredients to continue to make more of it. And it's crazy
Yeah.
because it's like
And like, look at what EA has done. They completely turned around their entire. Look what they're releasing, single player games like Dead Space Remake that are just taking off. Whereas you remember a couple years ago, they were all within like the controversy of the microtransactions with like Battlefield or Battlefront and stuff. So they've completely turned around and realized you can't abandon single player. So I'm just kind of annoyed about
let me
that
ask
part
you
side
let
of
me
things.
ask you this real quick. What was your vision of Halo Infinite? Like what did you think how do you think it was gonna go? Like the
I,
at least the campaign.
I thought we were going to be getting like, I know I may be delusional, but I thought we were going to be getting a, at least single player DLC like within 6 months of the release of Halo Infinite. And they were going to add on like biomes, and they were going to add on more enemies, and they were going to add on like more side missions that you could go and do, and just lots more stuff to do, especially because like I've said this previously, but like I have the art book, and the art book there's a bunch of stuff in there that clearly didn't make its way into the game or got cut. So they have all this stuff like at least concepted or whatever. But I thought like single player DLC 6 months to at the latest a year, and
Yeah.
obviously that's not the case.
What,
because oh, go
I was
first.
gonna
Now.
say, what about you, Crazy? What was your vision for the continuation of Halo Infinite? What do you think they were gonna actually
My
do?
my vision for the continuation of Halo, I'm gonna tell you something though. I actually sat there and always, I wasn't gonna protest about it till a year passed by, because I remember when Sea of Thieves came out, and I also said this before. Sea of Thieves came out pretty much with nothing, with some cool stuff, but it pretty much came out with nothing. And then after like a year or something, it just started pouring out all this cool content, all this cool stuff, and then Sea of Thieves got better. So I have my fingers crossed. I was like, maybe 343 is having this, and they're gonna probably make it. But after the year passed, I felt really sad that they actually did not make it. Because again, I don't want nothing bad to happen to none of these studios. I want everything to go well. But since they didn't make it, I wanted to see more single player content, which we have not heard anything about it. We have not heard anything about single player. All we're hearing is, oh, we're gonna, like, for example, in this interview, we're hearing about what's gonna happen in the next season, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, we did not hear anything about single player content. All we heard about was next season content. So when is it we're gonna hear about single player content?
We
No?
aren't.
Yeah.
So are we? Are we not? Because that's the question
Well,
that we have.
the reports are saying we aren't. The reports are saying they hadn't even started on it. I read something where it's like the teams were just going off and doing their own things, and they weren't even working on single player content. Like, who knows if it's
Oh,
true, but
Yeah.
from the
yeah.
reports is they aren't. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Personally, I thought what they were gonna do, like a lot of what Plume said, but I also thought something they were gonna do with Halo Infinite, and I was so wishing they do that, is like kind of like events that happens like spontaneously. Like for example, let's say they campaigned for season 2, for example. You get the update, you get more biomes, you get more different stuff, and then all of a sudden you go to a certain area, and then let's say damn, what's the name of them? I forgot. um, the creatures.
Dear Lord,
Wow, I forgot the name of
the
them.
the ones that look like you, Sourblow?
No, the
Oh,
wow, I can't believe
oh,
I forget the
oh.
from when they come and attack the people, and they wow, I can't believe I forgot the name
Oh,
of them.
the ones that look like worms and attached to you.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of those
Wow, I
things.
can't believe I forgot the name of them. Well, I can't get it
Yeah.
right now, but
Okay.
like we were gonna get events like that, and maybe something come crash in, and we get them, and they start spreading within that area, and then we gotta figure out how to contain them, or what's happening, how they got here, things like that. Like That would have been interesting, I think. But
Yeah.
I mean, the
But-
flood, right?
the
flood,
flood,
yes.
yes.
The flood,
Damn it.
yes, the
How could I
flood.
forget I couldn't get the name out of my
I'm telling you, it's that hair. It's that hair. I said it earlier. It's that hair that's causing that effect. I'm telling you, you gotta get a haircut like me.